How long can Conor McGregor stay at this level in the game? And who would your dream fight be for McGregor?
Good question. First off, like, he is, in combat sports, things have changed a lot in the last 10 years, where you can have someone like Bernard Hopkins, who's in his 50s now and he's still winning world titles, because nutrition is so much more advanced now. Strength and conditioning training is so much better. So it really comes down to the fighter, how long they can go. Now, if you look at Conor's fights over the last couple of years, you can probably count on one hand any kind of significant shots he's taken or any damage he's taken. So he's a very healthy, young 28. So he really is only kind of getting into his stride. Yesterday he turned up at the gym in the morning, and then he was back in the evening doing 2 sessions, and he's barely a week or two outside just winning a second world title, and he's already back in the gym asking questions, training hard, getting ready for the next one. What will be next? That's a more difficult question to answer. There's a lot of options there. There's a lot of balls in the air. So Conor's always very intelligent about this. He's sitting back. He's weighing up the pros and cons of each option, and I'm sure there'll be an announcement coming at some stage soon enough. So I'm excited to see what's next. For me, who's the ideal opponent? At lightweight, there's kind of 2 names being thrown around: Khabib and Tony Ferguson. Both of those guys are fantastic fighters. I would relish the challenge of preparing them for either of them. They're different style fighters, but I have no doubt in my mind that Conor will run through either one of them. He is, I believe, right now the best fighter on the planet. His skill set is just so high. His mental strength is so strong that I don't see anybody being able to survive with him in the octagon.
The stripping of the belt, John, was that Conor's choice, honestly, or was it the UFC going, look, it's in the terms and conditions, unfortunately you can only hold one belt? No, it was more the UFC, and for me personally, very disappointed with how they went about doing it. It's a very messy set of circumstances that led to it. Like, they lost the main event, and then they haphazardly threw together a new main event, and they felt they had to make this for a title in order for it to sell. So they brought in another interim title that Jose Aldo already has, and then bumped Jose Aldo up to the current undisputed champion, which just seems ridiculous to me. Conor's only 11 months since he won that title, and there's been many examples of fighters waiting 15 months, 18 months before defending it. He's 11 months, and they stripped him of it. So I thought it was very short-sighted by the UFC and how they went about doing it. So that's that situation. Is this whole Mayweather hype just hype and rubbish? Do you think there's anything in it?
If the odds were good enough, I'd put a few quid on it for next year.
Wow.
Good enough.
But has he reacted to it? Has anybody been talking to anybody?
I mean, you can. I'm not breaking any news saying that this conversation's going back and forward for the last year or so. Is it getting any closer? I don't know. Is the short answer, but it certainly wouldn't surprise me to hear that it's going to happen. I mean, for Mayweather, he's 49-0. I'm sure he wants that 50th fight. It's a nice number, and right now, I mean, ask the average guy in the street, who do we want to see Mayweather fight? What fight's going to get the most amount of interest? And it would be a super fight with Conor. So certainly stranger things have happened in combat sports than a Mayweather Conor fight. So I wouldn't be surprised by it. So who knows? It's one of the many options that are there for Conor. So let's see how the next couple of weeks go.
It would be incredible, not only for the payday, but it is probably the most hype fight of all time. That's coming out of your gym. Can you actually appreciate that? Well,
I mean, it seems to be every fight Conor does is the most hype fight of all time. I mean, the one in New York just broke pretty much every record that you could break. So it's a tagline we're getting somewhat used to. So yeah, I've no doubt this will be a very interesting 3 months lead up to it. The two of them are quite good on the mic, quite good at talking. So if it happens, I'll be as much a fan as anybody else to see it.
Good man. John, it's so good to talk to you. Coach Kavanagh is going to be in Cork in Eason's Patrick Street, 6 p.m. on Thursday, 1st of December. If you're a fan of your MMA, if you like watching Conor McGregor in action, this is a superb book, and go and meet the man himself. Get some photographs, get the book signed. John, continued success. So good to talk to you. Thanks so much for chatting.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the phone.